Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I really hope this video doesn't get ruined because last time I tried filming this video, I did not like the way that video turned out. I have to refilm today and that made me miss last week's upload. I'm really trying not to miss weekly uploads this year. Anyways, here we are. I have about 17 books that I've recently purchased in the months of February and March. And books are expensive. So I consider this a big book haul and I want to keep it short and sweet today, so let's get into the video. The first book I bought was Emily Henry, Happy Place. Spring is here and I just wanted a book that gave me spring and summer vibes, and I have read Beach Read, so I feel like my next trip where I'm on a beach, I can read this book. I've heard that this is a sad book, but it takes place around summertime, so for that reason I bought it, and I want to read every single one of Emily Henry's books besides People We Meet on Vacation. I do like her writing. I surprisingly did not give Beach Read 5 stars, but who's to say her other books won't be. Next up we have The Fake Mate by Lana Ferguson. I genuinely love how this book matches my sweatshirt so much. This is about two werewolf doctors. That is all that I know about this book. This is one of many new releases and I bought this about like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was in Barnes&Noble. I asked an employee, give me a recommendation of a book you've recently read that hasn't hit BookTok yet. And she gave me this book, although now that I have been watching BookTube and BookTok, I have seen people review this book. I think this will be a solid read. Honestly, I'm in a Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez reading slump right now because that book I just gave 5 stars, and I'm in my like doctor romance era, so I'm really hoping that this helps me get out of a book slump, and I'm so excited to read this. Next up we have Ellen Hilderbrand's The 5-Star Weekend. First reason why I purchased this book is because it is a summer book and summer is approaching us very fast. It's around the corner. That was the first reason I bought this book. The second reason is because I watch Brady Lockerbie on TikTok and she has not steered me wrong from a 5-star read. I have read Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter, Dark Matter, and now Yours Truly, and all were 5 stars like she said. She always is so spot on in her 5-star recommendations that I just had to pick this up because I needed a summer book and I also love my 5-star reads. I do not like the cover though at all. I hate Real People covers, so I would have never in a million years picked up this book if it weren't for Brady Lockerbie. I also, in the same Barnes trip, was recommended by another employee to start The City of Bones. This is the Mortal Instruments series. I love the movie. I think a lot of people say that the movie is actually a lot worse than the book, so how could I not love this book? I've heard great things about the prequel, which is Clockwork Angel, so I don't know when I'm gonna be able to start this series, but my favorite genre is romantasy/fantasy, and I just think I'm gonna have such a good time reading this series. I was so disappointed when the movies got canceled. I love Lily Collins and then the guy from Stranger Things, and I wanted to see more so bad, so I'm just gonna have to relive their romance in these books. I really do feel like this will be a 5-star series for me. And this is the last of my Barnes trip purchases. We have Allie Hazelwood Bride. The employee that recommended The Fake Mate also recommended me this. All I know is that I think there's 2 werewolf families competing against each other. I don't really know. I know that this is her first attempt at a romantasy, which we love. I have her books sitting on my bookshelf ready for me to read. I cannot wait to read. Honestly, wasn't gonna pick this up, but the only reason why I picked this up is because I love fan fiction. I love Dramini fan fiction, and I had no idea that Love Hypothesis books were actually fan fiction books of Kylo Ren and Rey's love story. So I don't know. Sometimes I feel like there's better fan fiction books than actual real published books. I also found out from this Barnes&Noble employee that Manacled by Senlin Yu, which is a Dramini fan fiction, is getting published, and she's changing it to, I forgot the name, but she's getting published and she's changing around that fanfic to be able to be published. Obviously, if she published Manacled, she would get sued because that's J.K. Rowling's characters. I don't know how I feel about that new book being published, but I love Manacled. I think it's one of the best books I've ever read. which is insane because it's just a fan fiction. I do feel like the new book that's gonna be manacled but used with different characters and a different plot and everything, I feel like it's gonna ruin Manacled, because I feel like the whole reason why that book has so much hype is because it's a Hermione fan fiction. But yeah, I'm still gonna read it because why not? But yeah, I had to pick it up because I love my fan fiction authors, and I really do feel like I'm going to love Allie Hazelwood. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you. Okay, and then my most recent purchase was Everything I Know About Parties, Dates, Friends, Job, Life, Love by Dolly Alderton. I think it's Everything I Know About Love, but she has Parties, Dates, Friends, Jobs, Life scratched out. Yeah, this is just a retelling of Dolly Alderton's life and all the lessons of life that she's learned. I have seen so much hype surrounding this book. I love a good nonfiction book, and I haven't read one in so long. The reason why I purchased this so recently is because it is my book club's book of the month. So I figured, why not? I'm actually gonna read the book this month for the book club. Can't wait to give you guys a review. Then we're gonna go through some of the books my boyfriend bought me for Valentine's Day. He's so sweet. Because my boyfriend Matt doesn't know what's on my TBR, he has my Amazon shopping list link in his phone. So whenever I update my Amazon shopping list, he knows what I want and he can buy it for me, which honestly I have no problem with, because he will never miss the mark on a birthday present or a Christmas present or Valentine's Day, for instance. So these are the books he bought me for Valentine's Day. Starting off with Blake Crouch Recursion. I love going into books blindly. You're gonna hear me say that a lot in this video. That's why I don't know what a lot of books are about. So the reason why I bought Blake Crouch's Recursion is because Recursion 8. Yeah, I think it's Recursion 8, is because I loved Dark Matter, which is also one of the books that Brady Lockerbie suggested to her following. I can't wait to get into this. I love finding a male author because I don't read a lot of male authors, and when I find a good one, I want to roll with them and find another book that they wrote that I love. So I feel like since I love Dark Matter, I will like this, because she also gave this a 5 stars. We have One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Again, I think this is the summer book. I cannot wait to get around to this. This was my own doing. I've seen this book on TikTok. I really truly think this book is going to be 5 stars. This book is about a girl who dates this boy, and while she's dating him, he disappears. And then around 10 years later, she has moved on. She's dating her new boyfriend, and her previous boyfriend reappears in the picture. They find him, and she doesn't know what to do, because she technically never broke up with her boyfriend that disappeared. She just moved on, because a lot of the times people who disappear don't come back. So you get to find who she ends up with, and I'm so intrigued to find out. I really do feel like this is going to be a 5 stars. Not only does the plot sound super interesting, but I also read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I didn't give that book a 5 stars. And the only reason why I didn't give that book a 5 stars is because I guessed the plot twist. But other than that, I love that book. I still think about it to this day, and I love her writing. So I'm super excited to read my second book that Taylor Jenkins Reid wrote. Speaking of Allie Hazelwood, he bought The Love Hypothesis. I realized I had Love theoretically sitting on my bookshelf, but I was told by the Barnes&Noble employee that recommended Bride to me that I should read The Love Hypothesis, then Love Theoretically. Love Hypothesis I've heard is kind of mediocre, but everyone loves Love Theoretically. Then I bought Before We Were Strangers by Renee Carlino. I'm so excited to read this because this is a book about a couple who breaks up, doesn't talk to each other for about 15 years, and then they suddenly reconnect. And I've heard that there's a crazy plot twist. I've heard a lot of people give it 5 stars. I feel like it's just starting to pick up some heat on BookTok, but not really. It's not talked about enough. So I can't wait to give my opinion of this book, and I also think that this will be a 5 stars. All right, this book I bought for myself because I was in a depressive episode, and you're gonna be like, why, Jordan? Why did you buy this book? And it's because people read it, they're sobbing. I want to know why they're sobbing. And I also get into these moods where I only want to read sad things because I'm in a bad mood. And does that help me? No, not really, but I feel like I just really am itching to know what happens in this book. If you guys saw my last video, you would have seen that I chose this book off my TBR shelf for the month of March. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but my grandma bought Red Rising for me for Valentine's Day. I cannot wait to get into the series. I've heard it's a 5-star science fiction series, and I feel like the very first person who read this was Haley Pham, and then she was like, oh my god, everyone has to read it. Then people took her recommendation, started reading it, and was like, this actually is a 5-star series. So, and it doesn't seem too long either, so I'm really excited to get around to this, and I really hope I'm not a liar and that I actually read this for my March TBR. Then we have the Jade City series. I think this is a high fantasy series. I'm not sure if there's romance in this. Maybe there is, but I decided to pick this up because honestly the cover intrigued me. It was right next to Throne of Glass, so I'm like, if it's next to Throne of Glass, maybe it's up there. I also had a Barnes&Noble employee tell me that one of their previous employees loved the Poppy War and was obsessed and got so many people to read the Poppy War, but he also loved Jade City series. So I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna get around to Poppy War. I want to so bad. I probably will, but I'm on kind of a book buying ban right now, and I have to finish this series. I didn't realize this, but this whole series is on Kindle Unlimited, which is great news. So I purchased the first book. Hopefully I'll continue on with the series and end up loving it. If you guys have read the series, comment down below and let me know your thoughts. And yeah, then my other grandma for Valentine's Day decided to send me Lessons in Chemistry. All I know about this is that they made it into a TV show. I think it was one of the best-selling books in 2022 or 2023. I don't really know about it. I think it's a woman who is a chemistry teacher, but it was in a time period where women were not taken seriously in science. So she wants me to read this because it's kind of like a historical fiction, I think. And I don't know, she ended up loving it. I really do want to get around to reading this. She sent me a thriller, which is First Lie Wins. She said it was a page turner and she really enjoyed this book, so she sent it to me. It's all over my For You page in January/February because I want to say it got released one of those months. And yeah, I don't know, I love the cover because I love neon, so it really attracted me. It really attracted me, which is kind of sad because it's really not that amazing of a cover. But I love my thrillers. I was thinking of maybe doing a 24-hour readathon with just thrillers and putting this book in there. So if you guys want that, please comment down below again and let me know your thoughts. And I forgot that my boyfriend Matt also picked up Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. Another, like, surprise, don't know anything about this book. I just know it's about video games and people are like, this is such a unique read. I've never read anything like this before. I feel like I'm gonna reach for this when I'm in a really weird mood. But yeah, I don't know. Haley Pham also gave this 5 stars, so I feel like I need to give this book a chance. Last but not least, these two books are probably one of my most anticipated books/series of 2024. I cannot wait to read these. I think I'm gonna eat them up because I love Gossip Girl, and just from that statement alone, I'm sure you guys can guess what these books are. This is the Magnolia Park universe. I bought both UK covers. I love the UK covers versus the United States covers because I think they're just so unique. I've heard nothing but good things, and a lot of people have given this whole series 5 stars. I only bought the first 2 because people have said that they don't really like Magnolia Parks' first book, and then you get into Daisy Hate's story and everyone is like, you're hooked from there. So I felt like this was a 2-book commitment to see whether or not I love this series, which everyone knows that most series, it takes the second book for you to really get hooked. So I'm so excited to read these, and I was thinking of maybe doing a reading vlog of me reading the entire series for the first time. And yeah, I don't know. A lot of books that were in this haul actually have inspired a lot of future videos. If any of you like any of my future video ideas using these books, comment down below. Let me know what you think. You know the YouTube drill. Hopefully I'll see you guys next week and not bail again. but honestly that really wasn't my fault because I had so much work to do. I went on a work trip and then that video failed for me to post, and then I went on my work trip and I'm like, well, I can't film anything or make it up to you guys, but I will try very, very, very hard to post weekly from now on, very consistently, because it is one of my 2024 goals. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!